How far yesterday did you dive into this?
Well, I mentioned that you might have.
You slightly mentioned.
I may have mentioned that you had pink eye yesterday. I may have mentioned that it was actually herpes of the eye. But
do we have time for me to get into this?
Do we ever have time?
No, but I get into it anyway.
We just make time.
So, last week, Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't think I've even told the full story to Tim. Tim knows half the story.
No.
My eye is very irritated. So I'm thinking, okay, eyelash in my eye. Noon, why are you laughing already? Honest, I just started the story.
Yeah, I know. It's just a shitty situation.
Why you gotta be that way? Happens to a lot of people.
Don't worry. Keep going.
Trying to hold it together at this point. A little shaken.
Are you really?
I'm humiliated by this.
Why are you humiliated by it?
Because the broad stroking paint that I've been brushed with is dude has fecal matter in his face. Because that's the first thing I would say if you had pink eye. Like, I'd rip the shit out of it.
Right.
It's like, oh, how you doing? How's that shit in your eye?
Well, like
literally shit.
Like most experts, Sid, we just turned to Knocked Up to give us our information. Sid Seixeiro is off today with pink eye, which, if you don't know, is simply herpes of the eye.
Very funny. That's not how you get pink eye. You get it from poo particles making their way into your ocular cavities.
So tell us.
So last week,
kind sir,
I think,
how
by the way,
particles got into your eye.
One of the best scenes in that entire movie. First up.
Yeah, so we got point A, we got point B, we just need the middle.
Right.
So I think it's an eyelash.
By the way, now do you get Noon's shitty situation?
Yes.
Right.
I got it originally.
Did you? Okay.
I did. I just was thinking of a comeback, and because of my medical state, I wasn't as quick as I normally am. So I think it's an eyelash. So I go in and start, like, rubbing the inside of my right eye. I'm like, I'm going to get this fucking eyelash. So that's Thursday night. So I go in, had a good day in the bracket, feeling good, going to get this eyelash, fuck it. I'm feeling strong. I think I get it. The next day, I wake up, and I look like Mac Cook hit me. I have a shiner.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I come in. Micallef's like, what's going on? Holy shit. Bad Micallef impression. Holy shit. What's with your eye?
I turned into Pizzola for a second.
Hey, Sid, do me a favor. What's... I can't even go there.
Sid, do me a... Yeah. Who jizzed in your eye? Is what you wanted to say.
Sid, did I give you back infected pence? So Tim goes, what's with your eye? My eye is very black at this point. I go, I just eyelash and irritated, blah, blah, blah. Saturday, my wife's getting concerned. Sid, go to a walk-in clinic. I go, I'm not going to a fucking walk-in clinic.
No, because they're the worst things on planet Earth.
Every time I go to a walk-in clinic, I try and figure out what the other fucking people have. She thinks she's pregnant. He's high on fucking coke. He has it hurt when he pees. I hate walk-in clinics. Hate them.
Yeah, if there's one place where you know poo particles may be and you don't want to be, walk-in clinic.
They're airborne right when it's built.
I swear to God, if I have to go to it, and we, because of our job, oftentimes have to go to walk-in clinics because if you have a sore throat, you got to get it taken care of immediately, something like that. So we go to a walk-in clinic, and I literally, when I check into a walk-in clinic, I walk outside once I have checked in because I don't want to sit in there.
It's just creepy as fuck. You just don't want to be in there. So I say to my wife, I'm not going. So this back and forth goes for a couple of minutes. She then has the idea to go on the internet and finds, and I don't know if this is a Toronto thing or an Ontario thing, doctors that make house calls.
Oh, yeah?
Covered by OHIP. You call the number, they come to your place.
I'm sure they're set up for guys like you.
Oh, are you kidding me? I'm not going to a fucking... Fuck that. I'm not going to a walk-in clinic.
But I think they're...
Like Dr. Lipschitz when I was a kid.
Is there a 50-inch plasma with March Madness at a walk-in? Nope, not really.
Come on, you had a Dr. Lipschitz?
Dr. Lipschitz lived down the street.
That's how you get pink eye, isn't it?
Is this the one that raped you?
Come on. Really?
Dr. Lipschitz.
That's amazing.
What's gotten into you today?
I didn't attend York University, Sid.
Okay, so hold on. These things aren't set up for dudes like you.
Oh,
they're set up for elderly people.
Oh, they're set up for dudes like me. Let me tell you. Okay. So I call the 24-hour doctor house call hotline. Call them up. I go, I need a doctor
for moms with little kids.
Oh, I am using this. I am using this.
People in wheelchairs.
Fuck them. So I call them up. I go, listen, my eye is just not doing correct things. I need someone to look at it. They go, this is a Saturday. A doctor will be at your place anywhere from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Rogers gives you at least 6 hours on a call.
Now he's complaining.
3 to 11? Are you fucking kidding me?
No,
what if the
nerve of making you sit around your house to wait, watching your big screen TV? What kind of fucking country is this?
For pink eye.
It gets worse. I'm not done. So the day goes on. I'm now glued to my house waiting for Dr. Lipschitz to show up. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7, 8. UFC 128 is starting soon. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, no doctor. 11:10, as Uriah Faber is walking to the ring. Let it ride. I don't give a fuck. I'll play this series. Let it ride. Uriah Faber's walking to the ring. And Dr. Lipschitz then shows up. I then have to pause live TV, which I don't like to do. I want to live in the moment like you guys. I want to talk about it on Twitter. I want to be involved.
Do you realize how remarkably spoiled you sound right now?
I'm talking to noon. Dr. Lipschitz finally shows up at like 11:15. Comes in and then starts to ask me all these questions. Can we kill this fucking thing? Thank you. He starts to ask me questions that he knows I don't know. Have you ever had a doctor like quiz you and then mock you that you're a fucking moron? This is the guy. He goes, do you know what? Do you know why the eyes are so dangerous? I go, because you see. He's like, oh, that's a stupid answer.
You had an accent?
Then he's teaching me about how like the nose and the eyes are the most dangerous part of the body because they connect to the brain. Anything else that swells up. You don't give a shit. Anyway, so he shows up at 11:15 and tells me I have pink eye, which is humiliating because guys like me make fun of people with pink eye.
It's like Head Lice's successful cousin.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Or eye herpes.
So basically, Dr. Sanjay Gupta leaves, and I go downstairs.
Did he go to the board first?
He did, but he reeked of radiation. It was weird. I'm like, where you been? He's like, don't ask. It's in the contract. I had to go. So the doctor leaves.
All right.
Good news is I got to avoid a walk-in clinic, which we both agree is the most hideous thing on earth.
Right.
But the downside is I had to watch John Jones beat the shit out of Shogun on tape delay because I couldn't watch it live.
This is
and I felt bad up until I saw Shogun get hit. I felt better after watching that fight. I'm like, oh, at least I ain't Shogun. So that's what happened.
But there are implications of this because I usually am on Twitter during the UFC event. I like seeing what Sid has to say. And as soon as Jim Miller won, it just stopped.
Bingo.
Dirier writes in, Sid, was it a blindside hit or did you have your head down?
Colin Campbell called me up and said, suck it up.
No suspension.
No supplementary discipline. So now I'm racking my brain thinking, where the hell did I get pink eye? And I came to one conclusion. 3 words. Hainzer.
Who shares the mic with you?
Well, we're about to kill some fucking people right now. Right. I only know half the answer to that, too. There's like a whole nother slew of like this.
Just let it go.
I got to admit.
Someone's been wiping their ass with your mic sock.
Like someone's been taking this off, going to the washroom, going to town, and coming back.
Hainzer did get pink eye immediately after that Asian beauty pageant.
Oh, that's right. He went like missing for 3 days because of pink eye. At least I told these guys where I was. So that's my story. Is it mildly amusing, my story?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was. I think the fact that he had a Dr. Lipschitz is even more amusing, but that's just me.
That was a nice side note.
Yeah, that was a beautiful side note.
Dr. Lipschitz. And in time to check your colon. Spread them. Are you sure, Mr. Lipschitz? Yes.
I was a young kid at the time, Sid.
Don't ask questions. But Mr. Lipschitz, I'm 10 years old. I'm not at risk for anything. We're all at risk. Spread them.
If this hurts, don't scream.
It's best if your mother didn't know about this.
All right.